Welcome back to the Jabronis show. It is now week 3 in the NFL. Kevin's back. Ahmed, special guest, 3-time guest. He's back. If you guys remember Ahmed, welcome to the show. Glad to have you, bro.
Thank you guys for having me again. Yeah, happy to be on for the third time. Thanks for having me.
Ahmed is
One more to
another.
catch Garrett.
Yeah, Ahmed and Garrett are at a head-to-head race to see who can show up on our show more often. It's pretty tight. But yeah, another Bears supporter. He poor sorry saps in Chicago. But we'll get to all of that in due time. Let's cover last week's picks. As you all know, Kevin wasn't here, so we gave him punishment picks. He went 3-7 on the punishment picks. Not terrible. 3 wins off punishment picks, man. What was it?
I should
It
get an
was.
extra point for picking an upset.
We'll discuss alternative scoring in a new episode, but for now, no. Fuck you. Yeah, 3-7. I went 5-5. No real impact there. And Jaxon just keeps killing it at 7-3 last week. So the total, Jackson's in first place, 16-4. I am now second place at 10-13, and Kevin is shifted to last at 9-14. So we got a little pity competition for second place. Kevin luckily stepped down to my level, so I'm still relevant. Thank you, Kevin.
Just for the week. After this week, you'll be back in the shithole cellar by yourself.
We'll see, dude. I got some fire picks this week, but let's recap last week. Real quick. Clemson sucks. Georgia Tech, not bad. Now ranked number 18. Kevin was actually going to call that upset, so yeah, I guess the 2-pointer, we can think about it. Georgia, massive comeback against Tennessee in the barn burner of the weekend. What a fucking game. As predicted, that was the best game this weekend. Absolutely loved it. Georgia squeaks it out in the end at overtime, 44-41. Up next, poor Fighting Irish slipped to 0-2. A&M, nice upset call from Jaxon. I don't know how you conjured that one up. Notre Dame goes for 2 at the end of the game, misses the 2-point conversion, gives the other team, A&M, a chance to come back and win by 1 point with just an easy extra point kick. Not a good move. What do you think of that, Kevin? You're an Irish fan. You mad at Marcus Freeman or what?
I mean, sometimes you have to have the balls to go for 2.
But why?
The same way.
Just take a 7-point lead.
I mean, you're going back and forth all game. No defense has really gotten a stop. Fuck it. Take any advantages you can get in the waning moments.
I respect your loyalty, brother, but I think that was a bad call. Miami murdered South Florida. I dressed up. Represent. I'm calling it now, boys. Keep your receipts. Miami wins the Natty this year. Hot take.
Hot take. On that?
Those are some elite wide receivers, elite quarterback. It's their time to shine. They moved up to number 4 after that murdering. Rain delay, it don't matter. They still beat South Florida down to a pulp. And that was our college games. And I called it, but I mean, it wasn't a hard call to make. I think anyone with eyes could have seen that coming. Like, ooh, they upset Florida. No, fuck off. Packers, shit, best team in the NFL. I've been hating on the Packers. Sorry, Kevin. Best team in the NFL.
You got your ass beat to a pulp by a team with no coaching staff.
Hey, in due time.
Due time.
Packers got
we have
the
the
Commanders.
Same record, asshole.
Yeah, I know. That's why. Oh,
yeah.
You were saying Packers, Commanders.
Packers, Commanders, man. Commanders, not looking great. I think the whole wash up, grab and tag they did all off season didn't work out. I was hyping up Marshawn Lattimore. That wasn't a good look in that game. And then next, yes, let's get to this one. The Lions.
Oh, real quickly, Jaden Daniels did get hurt in that game.
Yeah, it's going to be Mariota. Mariota starting.
Yeah, a lot of backups are starting this week, dude. It's going to be a shit show.
Dude, and we got a 17-week season ahead of us, and we're already here. Poor Joe Burrow. What a guy. I think he's a total pussy, honestly.
Bro, he's in my fantasy team.
Dude needs to have two people carry him off the field because he broke his toe. Grow the fuck up. Like, seriously, dude. What a weak ass bitch. But back to the thing. Lions, oof. Butthurt over Ben Johnson. I think that was kind of a taste of revenge. You guys scalped their coach and they said, fuck it, we're mad. 52-21. Any comments? We got 2 Bears fans.
Got nothing to say after that. Kevin, you got anything?
Caleb has looked better these first 2 games through the season under this new coaching staff than he did through his first 2 games last year. Roma Dunze is looking like a true number 1 receiver. Offensive line is holding up better. He's just still from time to time making dumb decisions with the football. Like you look at the Bears had 4 straight turnovers, which only led to 3 points, which is crazy. So the defense is good, but when you put them out there for half the game, they get fucking tired, and then they get scored at.
And just scorched by Jared Goff, who in fact is not fucking around. Just got a little booty whipping from the Packers, but I think the Lions are back on track. Next up, my bullshit. That was your guys' bullshit. Let's get into fucking my bullshit. A leveraging penalty on a fucking tap to the butt. You could call leveraging on every goddamn field goal by the criteria that fucking leveraging was called. That was some goddamn bullshit. Daniel Jones does not deserve to be 2-0. Defense looked like shit. We gave up a lot of points. This is supposed to be the best defense in the NFL. Pat Surtain giving up fucking 3 flags, I think.
He also got hurt, though, didn't he?
Yeah, he kind of rolled his ankle a little bit, so he wasn't playing his best. And God, I hope we get it together. I mean, it's not as bad as 70-20. Sorry, fellow Broncos fans. I shouldn't have even brought that up, but if this is our adversity for the year, we have a lot more room to grow. We should be a lot better. The offense looked good. Troy Franklin arrived kind of in a Roma Dunze fashion. So there's still a good upside with the Broncos, but let's get through this recap. Your bullshit, sir. Mr. Kelsey just hands the ball right over to the safety next to him, and he runs it almost all the way back.
Bro, that game is just sad even for Eagles fans, dude. Like, Hurts had 101 yards passing and still won the game.
Yeah.
Are we fucking serious?
Did you see what Chris Jones said?
Oh, yeah, but, I mean, Jalen Hurts shut him right up. We won the fucking game.
Oh, yeah. It was a dumb. He should have just shut the fuck up. Why did he say anything?
Well, and even, dude, Saquon had only 89 yards, but he had a shitload of carries. Like, that... If we would have played like that against the Chargers, our defense looked way better this week than they did week 1, but we still just couldn't come away with the win. So it's just, it's a shitty situation going in.
Yeah, Chiefs defense is back though. There's a little bit of positive there. There's a winnable game. Just
I think this
drops, man.
Is be what we need. It's drops have been a thing for us since last year. We led the league in drops, and it's just continuing. It's from the same goddamn guys. Just the only difference is one is now married to Taylor Swift.
The curse of Swift. Yep. And then our last 2 games, real quick. Falcons outkicked the Vikings on the most boring Sunday Night Football game you ever watch. John Parker Romo coming in and stealing Young Oku's spot. That's fun.
5 for 5, dude.
Yeah,
that guy was automatic.
He was ready. I understand if they're still loyal to Young Ho. He's done a lot of things for Atlanta, but that dude deserves a starting job somewhere. Up next, Monday Night Football.
Ironic they did it against his old team too.
Oh, that was his old team?
Vikings kicker last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Romo kicked for the Vikings last year.
That's what's up. Revenge kicker, dude. Roundhouse kick to the face. Justin Herbert making an MVP case? Gino,
dude,
fucking awful.
4 picks and on 43 attempts passing. Are we serious? Dude?
What is he thinking? That game, you didn't have to put those balls down the field. You just lost him the game. That was real Drew Lock looking. Geno Smith.
And Ashton Genty's
they weren't even using.
dude.
Yeah, they're gonna waste his career, Jenny.
Genty's
Yeah, they're not
averaging
giving him the carries he needs.
well, and he
Exactly.
averages the least amount of yards out of every running back in the league right now, with like 2 yards carry.
But he's
Like it's
breaking tackles. Like, every move he makes, you're like, just fucking one more tackle and Jenny arrives. But no,
He's always close to breaking one.
Did you see
Yeah.
that spin against Derwin James, dude?
yeah,
Put him
dude.
on
Yeah.
roller skates, bro.
He
It
did
was
that to
disgusting.
several guys like all night, but they were all over him.
It's just, yeah, dude. I don't even know.
Yeah,
That game is ugly.
20-9. So I mean, the Chargers' offense looked good in the first half, and then they just kind of kicked it into neutral because the Raiders couldn't do shit. But I mean, that's not the greatest outing for the Chargers, at least in the second half.
Keenan Allen
Well,
showing
Max
his-
Crosby also forced a fumble, didn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah, he did. But
Yep.
also, I mean, they kind of kept Quentin Johnston quiet. He only had the one 60-yard bomb catch for a tutty. But other than that, Keenan Allen
Yeah.
and Ladd were the stars of the show. Ladd just gets all the yards and the receptions. Keenan Allen got the tutty. So, I don't know. They just really know how to spread the ball. So, and I saw
it's
Marion
a good
Hampton.
quarterback.
And Hampton's looking good. Other than, I guess they gave that fumble. They gave it back to Herbert because my buddy was playing against Hampton, and they took away that fumble, and then he lost in fantasy because of it.
Oh shit, that's
Yeah,
hilarious.
yeah. I was like, loser.
He lost by like 1 point.
He lost by 0.04.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
You love to see it. So yeah, that's our recap. Jaxon has taken an early lead on this season. I don't think you're the best jabroni still. We're still going to catch you. Let's get into it, though. We're going to cover a little more college this week. The NFL slate kind of dropped off, and we're liking college this week. Starting out, SMU at TCU. SMU's 2-1, TCU's 2-0. They had a bye week last week. Both teams looking fairly tough with really good quarterbacks. This is Jennings versus Hoover. I find this to be a very high-scoring
Methodist
game.
versus Christians.
Is what?
Methodists versus the non-denominational Christians. Southern Methodist University versus Texas Christian. To Texas's holy war, if you will.
Oh, I never made the religious connection. We got little mini Palestine situation going on in America right now. In college
all
football.
right. All
Bro,
right.
you're gonna get us banned
No,
before we're
come on.
even platformed.
It was a good joke, dude. We're taking off for that one. But give me TCU. Hey, you don't tee me up like that, okay? You made a mistake.
I was going off the Utah BYU thing. Because you assholes here call that the holy war.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I thought Jackson would have at least got that. Holy
I
shit.
got it, but I just didn't. When he said
Okay,
Palestine,
you know
I'm
what?
like, I'm out.
It's been a tough week, needless to say. So let's focus on some goddamn football. My bad.
Good God.
Does anyone like SMU? That's my first question.
Honestly,
Oh.
Go ahead, Kev.
So it's hard. SMU, I believe, is 2-1 right now. TC's 2-0. And they both I kind of like SMU just because they play in a tougher conference. They play in the ACC. TCU plays in the Big 12, and there's a couple teams at the top of the Big 12 that are really good. Versus the ACC, I think, is a more complete conference.
I'd agree with that.
So, simply off that factor, with me not having that much knowledge in this game, and it's at TCU.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, fuck it. Give me the Mustangs on the road.
Mm,
All right.
okay.
All
Sure.
right.
I don't know. This game's hard. I personally like TCU a lot because I mean both these teams really haven't had a big. Not a lot of these college games right now haven't had like a real opponent coming out of these like ACC and Big 12 conferences. But I like TCU. They pretty much have the same amount of stats and numbers outside of maybe like 100-something yard difference. And SMU's played an extra game and they played Mississippi. smaller schools. So yeah, give me TCU on this one. I like them home field advantage too. It seems too simple for me.
Yeah,
No brainer.
yeah, I gotta go. I gotta go with TCU also. I think they got the home field advantage. I don't know if last year with SMU was a fluke or not with them being in the playoffs. I think TCU is a more talented team, and not to mention they've already faced an ACC team in North Carolina that they absolutely whooped.
Yeah.
So it's hard not to go against TCU. So I got to choose them.
I like it. Yeah, I think the TCU defense is the difference maker on this one. I think it's going to be a high scoring game, but they're just going to get a few more stops, and TCU runs away with it. But that takes us to our next one. This one's pretty exciting for all the locals. Texas Tech at Utah. Number 17 at number 16. Two 3-0 squads looking like powerhouses, all coming off of blowout wins. Run versus pass. Texas Tech is through the air. Utah's run game seems unmatched right now. Jaxon, I'll let you take away with this one.
I'd say our run game isn't really necessarily the main. I mean, it's heavy, but also we can throw the ball. Devin Dampier is definitely a dual threat quarterback that I haven't seen in a very long time. Like last week, yeah, we started really slow against Wyoming. It was 3-0 at halftime, and then we ended up getting 28 unanswered points in the second half, and they didn't score until the fourth quarter with 2 field goals. But I think overall we're actually pretty well rounded, and we have a very different play style than what we've been used to with Andy Ludwig last year. So, and with Texas Tech, they haven't played anyone really that good other than their week 1 against Oregon State. So both these teams have this is their first true test, and they're both ranked, but you could really take it either way. In my opinion, I think with how well Dampier can run the ball, like even last week, he has over 50, 60 yards. He had 86 yards rushing last week with 230 through the air. And with the transfer Ryan Davis, that was his wide receiver one in New Mexico. And we got Smith Snowden that plays both sides. And we got Wayshawn Parker that gets 60-plus yards a game as well. And he's our running back one. It's just, I think in Salt Lake City and that atmosphere is a lot different, even if it's a smaller stadium. I don't know much on Texas Tech other than their first week they had shitload of yards only because it was Oregon State, but they did throw a pick to a very mediocre Oregon State. So, and Dampier hasn't had a pick all year. So, give me Utah. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's pretty obvious, but I think Utah's going to win this one, and I think it's going to be by 10 points.
You just jinxed him. Now he's going to throw a pick.
That's fine. That's fine. I mean, he had 12 last year. I mean, if he does, I don't think it'll matter. I think our defense we've had 2 back-to-back pick sixes, or picks, but one we have a consecutive pick 6 every year for I don't remember how many years it is now, but we had a pick 6 against Charlotte. And then the same guy got it last week against Kyan Anderson. So I think our defense is it's always been good, but now that we have an established offense, we're pretty scary to look at, especially when we normally have a pocket passer that can't really run. Last year we had a freshman quarterback that could do both but didn't know how to handle in the tough situations or any situation. This guy, Devin Dampier, he's a junior. He's well-rounded. He knows the offense. It's just a very well-rounded Utah football team that I haven't seen in a very long time. So I think this Utah team is actually very scary for the Big 12 and all of college football.
Ooh.
Personally. Ooh.
That's a big personally right there. Big
Personally.
Utah fan. Ahmed, what do you think? I don't care.
I gotta agree with Jaxon here. I'm a fan of Utah in this game. I did see Devin Dampier, even though I'm in Chicago. I saw Devin Dampier that first game against UCLA, and man, he impressed me. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets some Heisman votes this year because I think he's just that electric of a quarterback.
Jaxon loves that.
I love that. I love that.
I mean, the way he was playing the game, although it was UCLA and they're trash this year, it was just like he was taking command of the team. The team was feeding off of his energy. He was leading the team in passing and rushing, and it was something different. I can't explain it, but I don't really know much about Texas Tech, but I am a big believer in Devin Dampier and Utah. What's Utah's coach's name?
Whittingham.
Whittingham. Yeah, he's always got them prepared. Ever since they've been in the Big 12, even before, when they were in the Pac 12, they've always been contenders. So I wouldn't be surprised if Utah makes some noise this year, and I'm definitely taking them to beat Texas Tech.
Ooh.
I like it. I like it. Kevin, you or me?
Yeah, so my main
You.
talking point was Dampier, but what can I really say that these two already haven't? I also really love that Utah defense. It's nasty, it's ferocious. I really saw them for the most part against UCLA, and UCLA sucks, but still that defense looks good. And they seem to have a good mix of veteran upperclassmen with some younger guys sprinkled in there. So, yeah, give me Utah, and I like Jackson's number. Go by. Actually,
They're favored by
yes,
3 on the spread. So you like 10?
that sounds fair. That sounds fair. I'll go 3.
There you go. Taking the expert pick. All right, guys. I'm going to go against the grain once again. Sorry to say it. Sorry to betray my home state. I think Texas Tech comes and steals this one in Utah's home ground. They come out. They've been scoring better this season. Utah kind of struggled to wrap up Wyoming last week. I think Texas Tech just comes out and they just ball out. It's a close game either way, but a little bit more of a Showtime team, a little better passing game. I think Texas Tech gets it done. And this one might bite me in the ass like a lot of my picks have, but I like Texas Tech. I don't have a good feeling about Utah this week. I just don't. But yeah, controversial pick. Sorry, Jackson. Does that make
Hey,
you
it's
mad?
fine. It's what you said when you picked UCLA, so and that made you look real stupid.
I did pick UCLA. Yeah, fuck. All right. Auburn, Oklahoma. That's our next game. Number 22 at number 11. Auburn has had 1 blowout and then 2 pretty good wins. Oklahoma has had 2 blowouts and that really close win against Michigan. So both teams are somewhat untested, except we know that Oklahoma is legit because they really put the hammer down against Michigan. And I think that's enough said. I like Oklahoma to beat Auburn. Number 11 beats number 22. They're favored at -6.5. I'll take that spread all day. Let's go Oklahoma. As they say, boomer
I already
sooner.
know what Ahmed's gonna say.
What's
I
the med?
already know what Ahmed's gonna say. Go ahead. I know you're
Oh,
not gonna piss
me?
off Uncle James, the
So
legendary Uncle James.
What is this,
yeah,
Auburn?
my uncle's a huge Oklahoma fan.
Oh,
Huge. He's been a fan since like '70s, I think. So it's hard to go against Oklahoma. I'm not going against Oklahoma here. I think they have the better team, especially the way they played Michigan. To me, I felt they dominated Michigan the entire game. Um, Auburn has Jackson Arnold as their starting quarterback, a former Oklahoma quarterback who couldn't cut it, which is why he transferred to Auburn. I don't think he's that great of a quarterback. I am a fan of of Oklahoma's QB Mateer. Um, I think they have a well-rounded team. So I just can't, and it's in Norman, so I just can't go against Oklahoma in this. I got to choose him.
I like it.
Okay. I'm not gonna disagree with you guys. What I notice a lot is the fact that in the 2 game, or this is week 4, correct?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for college.
Jackson Arnold's already been sacked 6 times, and their backup on 5 snaps has been sacked once. So I don't understand. I mean, I think it's going to come down to the front line, and the fact that Mater, the Oklahoma quarterback, has almost 1,000 yards passing, and Arnold only has 500. The completion percentages are pretty close with about 2%. One is 68, 170. But on pass attempts, there's only about 30 snap differences between. So I don't think Auburn gets it done personally. So I think Oklahoma's going to come rushing through that D line and going to sack maybe 2 times, honestly. I think Oklahoma's going to win this game by a good margin. Not a good margin, but a decent margin of, let's say, 13. Give me
Ooh.
Oklahoma. Boomer fucking Sooner, baby.
Kevin Flam.
What answer did I give you last time when we covered Oklahoma?
You
What I
took
say?
Oklahoma.
What I say?
This guy.
Boomer fucking Sooner. That's what I said. And I doubled down on it. Shout out to Uncle James again, the holy man, the legend.
Uncle James. Is this lock of the week, boys? This feels like lock of the week to me.
Yeah, I can see it
I
as
got
lock of the
different.
week.
We'll revisit this at the end of the episode. Up next, Michigan, Nebraska. Number 21, Michigan. They obviously took that loss to Oklahoma. Otherwise, they've been steaming hot. They fucked up Central Michigan last week. And Nebraska, not bad. 3-0. They've been doing pretty good. They had that tight one against Cincinnati. Otherwise, just some no names that they've beaten down on. I think it's easy to maybe kind of lean towards Nebraska being 3-0 and Michigan dropping a game, but reputation precedes them. I'm taking Michigan all fucking day. They're favored at -2.5 on the road, which, as we know with Jabroni math, means that they're actually favored at about 5 points. So, Michigan, easy pick. What do you guys think?
Mm,
So
go ahead,
what I'm
Kev.
gonna say here,
Dylan Raiola. Forgot to bring him up. Fucking
yeah,
Patrick
we
Mahomes.
got fake Patrick Mahomes versus the kid who's been dreaming his whole life of playing for Michigan. And he's been pretty damn good this year. Even in that Oklahoma game, he didn't look horribly awful. Awful. Bryce Underwood, that is. So I'm gonna roll with Big Blue here.
Taking the M. I like it.
I gotta agree with Kevin. I like Michigan here. Nebraska, they did have that close win against Cincinnati, but I'm not a big believer in Matt Rule and that team. Um, I think Bryce Underwood, as a freshman, that Oklahoma game was tough, but he's been looking pretty good since then. Uh, I just think Michigan has a better team overall. I believe they also have the better coaching staff, so it's it's a no-brainer to me to choose Michigan.
Hell yeah.
This game's kind of hard for me. Only the fact that
It's Patrick Mahomes. That's the
no,
only.
shut the hell up.
That's all it is.
Dylan Phil is actually having a pretty good season. He hasn't. I'm gonna say this again. He
You
has
like his
18 all
hairdo?
year.
You like
Yeah, yeah.
the number
You're so
jersey?
funny. Yeah, you're
Headband?
so funny. God, ooh, no. But he has 8 TDs all year. That's above. He is averaging around 25 to 30 passes a game, and he hasn't thrown a pick yet. And he's actually throwing pretty good complete percentage. But my thing is the fact that Bryce Underwood, I do agree with the game in Central Michigan. He finally looked comfortable. And the fact that Justin Haynes dominates in the run game with 159 yards and 3 TDs. I just don't think I could. I know they're home.
You got A&M last week. You might be able to snag another one.
That's not what I'm trying to.
The tingle. Is it there?
Give me Nebraska. I
Ugh.
like Nebraska. I like Nebraska in this one. I think it's going to be like a game-winning field goal. Like it's going to be Cincinnati and Nebraska. It's going to be a tight one coming down to the very end of it. So, but that could bite me in the ass because I do agree with you guys said the reputation, the coaching staff of Michigan is much better than Nebraska. So, but yeah, give me Nebraska on this one. I got a
Alright.
weird feeling about it. I'm hoping it
Sneaky.
doesn't bite me in the ass this week.
Sneaky little Jaxon. All
So-
right, Wolverines against the Cornhuskers. I mean, just imagine like a corn farmer fighting a Wolverine, and that's all. That's all the research you need. All right, West Virginia at Kansas. This one, Kansas is favored by a lot, minus 13.5. I don't think it's that much of a blowout. I think it's a little more 50-50. West Virginia 2-1, Kansas 2-1. We all know about the Missouri loss for Kansas. West Virginia lost to Ohio, which I know the sound of that isn't great, but Ohio's not bad. They ball out a little bit. With that being said, I'm going to toss this one to our guest star because you have the Kansas connections, Ahmed. So, what do you think?
Yeah, so I believe, honestly, and this is not because I went to Kansas, but I believe that this team has the potential to win the Big 12 championship if they get out of their own way. I think I saw the look Jaxon gave me. Yeah, I think, honestly, they're a talented enough team. They have a fifth year, 6 year quarterback in Jalen Daniels that knows the offense, that's finally healthy, that they can make a run. I think they were just as talented last year, but they continue to get in their own way. I don't know much about West Virginia. I do know, like you said, they did have that loss against Ohio, but they did come back and beat their rival Pittsburgh last week, 31-24 in overtime. And KU is coming off a tough loss against their rival Missouri. But they had a bye week to get things right. Hopefully, they do get things right. Get back on track, and I expect them to win this game because I think they're the better team overall.
I like it. I'll just hop into mine. I really want to take West Virginia. They showed a lot of guts in that overtime win last week, and I'm getting a famous Jaxon tingle over this one, but I can't bet against minus 13.5. Those experts know something. So against my better judgment, I'm going to go with Kansas and play it safe. If this one I get wrong, I'm going to be fucking pissed. But there you go.
What really stands out to me is how Kansas played against Missouri, and that game came down to the very wire, a dead end wire. Jalen Daniels, I really do like him leading this offense. He is the senior. Even if it is in West Virginia, I just don't see it. I think Kansas is a pretty strong team, and I did notice that when we were talking about a few weeks ago about Missouri versus Kansas. So yeah, give me the Jayhawks, man. Give me Kansas. I like them winning in this one on the road.
Nice. Mr.
Yeah, I think I'm
Slough.
gonna just rock the chalk here.
Okay.
I'm
What
gonna
does that
take
mean?
them. I really, Med, give it to him.
But
I don't. You're missing all of us right now.
I'm confused. Wait, what? You said rock and chalk?
Kansas's whole thing
Is that a
is
crack
Jayhawks
reference?
Rock
rock
chalk, yeah.
chalk.
So that's like the whole motto or for Kansas. One side will say rock chalk, and the other side will say Jayhawk. So it's
Oh.
I was like, what? I know nothing. Oh no.
So you're picking West Virginia, I take it.
No.
Yes. So is this lock of the week then?
This one might be more lock of the week than what was the other one we thought was Oklahoma?
Oklahoma, Auburn.
They're both locks of the week.
Mm,
All
If
right,
you're
well,
putting
I see
in a
this
parlay
one.
this week, put both of those in there.
yeah,
Maybe take the money line though, not the points.
increase your profits. Yeah, I don't know about minus 13.5. Like, I don't know about the spread.
Kind of wild. Yeah, I don't know about that one either.
But up next, final college game, maybe one of the most exciting ones this weekend, Illinois against Indiana. Both teams looking red hot with their 3-0 starts. Neither team really tested yet, except Indiana almost dropped a game week 1 to some no-name team. Besides that, both teams look pretty solid. It's kind of hard to differentiate between the number 9 rank and the number 19 rank. I mean, I think week 3, what is it, like top 6 teams are like established, and everyone past that is like whatever fucking record they landed in. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, another like Auburn having a rank. I think that's just because they're 3-0. Like, they don't keep that rank, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But yeah, Illinois, Indiana. That's a tough one for me to pick. I think it's a pretty big toss-up. I just think Illinois is a little bit tougher. Indiana is still putting their pieces together from the transfer portal, and Illinois just is favored. So I just take the favorite.
Illinois is nasty, especially their receiving core. They were really excited about the sophomore out of Chicago, out of Simeon, Malik Elzy, and then Justin Bowick, who I believe is a senior. He's from New Jersey. Has been a really nice uh, target for Luke Altmaier. The run game's been pretty good. They usually cycle through with three different running backs. They spread the ball out well, and their defense is really good too. They have a great coach, Brett Bielema. Probably didn't pronounce that right, but whatever. But yeah, definitely give me Illinois. I don't care that it's in Indiana. Give me U of I. What's the line on it?
Indiana's favored -4.5.
That's just because they're home.
They've also
Yeah,
put up a
so
lot
really
more points than Illinois. Indiana and their wins have been in the 50s, 60s. Or Illinois is in the 20s, 30s.
What's
Indiana
Indiana play?
Illinois put
Indiana
Illinois
State,
put
Kennesaw
45
State,
on
and Old
50.
Dominion, and
But
Indiana
Duke
State.
put up 19, so they're kind of factoring defense too. But I
And
don't
Old
think
Dominion
any
put
I
up
don't think
14.
any of the previous games really mattered that much. This is where both teams make or break whether or not they're good.
But yeah. Give me the Illini.
I like it.
I think Illinois is trying to make a run for the playoffs this year. Um, I like what Luke Altmaier's done. He's a junior, senior,
Seen
but
it.
he's been senior. Yeah, he's been playing on the team for a few years now, starting. Um, he's Illinois' identity. Uh, like I said, I think they're a little battle tested from previous years, and I think they're ready to make a run. I don't know if they're going to be Big Ten champions because you still have Ohio State, you still got Penn State, you still got Michigan. You got to worry about, but I think they'll be contenders, and I think Indiana's just a stepping stone into making sure they make the playoffs this year. So I got to choose Illinois.
Nice. Ooh, the tingles.
I got an interesting feeling on this game. Thing is these game like I've looked up for the whole season stats. These two teams are so close in similarity. The only thing that's weird to me is, like you said, Duke put up how much, Ethan, against
It
Illinois?
is 19 or maybe 17.
See, and Illinois barely beat South Carolina, and they are now unranked, and they are just kind of falling apart. I mean, that team lost to Virginia Tech as well, but Indiana
Illinois
won.
beat South Carolina last year in the bowl game. That wasn't this year.
I'm pretty sure that was this year.
You scrolled
That's
up
last
too
year.
No.
far.
Oh, I ran up too far. That's awkward. But anyways, that's fine. But Indiana, Old Dominion put up 14 on them and won 14-27. I just don't see how you do that in Indiana. I don't.
His tingle completely disappeared when he figured out.
It did go away when you said that. It completely went away. Oh. Give me Illinois.
There we
That
go.
completely shot me. in
There
the
we
foot,
go.
dude.
Good game time decision. I like it.
That's fine. That completely. Oh, I wish. I'm glad you said something because that was fucking.
Yeah, we
awkward.
should have let him do that. Yeah, no, that
I'm
was
the-
week one.
Dude, I saw the bowl. I'm like, why do I feel like this is like the first game of the year, and I just missed it because it wasn't fucking the first game of the year. So that makes a lot more goddamn sense.
Yeah, good
So
one. Good one, bro.
I'll-
This is the
Good
guy
one.
leading the pick race.
Bing bong.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's
It's
get into the
fine.
pros. Pro football. Starting off with the off team. We don't have to talk about our god awful teams quite yet. Rams, Eagles, a nice undefeated matchup. Eagles with a bit of a slow start. They almost dropped a game. Cowboys and the Chiefs versus the Rams. Well, they didn't have a great game against the Texans, 14-9. The Texans' defense is pretty damn good, as we've seen in the first 2 weeks at least. Both those games being massive underhits, as me and Kevin know a little too well on that fucking over/under. But then the Rams come out and kill the Titans, and that just shows me the elite upside of adding Devontae Adams, of already having Puka Nacua, and getting Stafford into healthy playing condition. The Rams are fucking scary. I like the Rams. It's time for the Eagles to get knocked off their goddamn high horse. I think, yeah, pretty tight wins. The Eagles do this a lot, though. They did this 2 years ago. They went like 10-0 on one score fucking games, and then finally get fucking knocked out of the playoffs by the Bucks because that season was dog shit, just waiting to happen. But they managed to have a really good record for the most part, and it's just going to happen to them earlier this year on week 3. Rams knock them out of the undefeated list. Stafford establishes himself as a superpower in the NFC, right underneath the Packers. Sorry, Kevin. Let's go Rams all day. Should we score this one? Let's go Rams 22 to Eagles 19.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Go ahead, Emid.
so if you look at last year, we got this matchup in the second round of the playoffs. And the Rams were the closest team that came the closest to knocking off the Eagles all off season or all postseason last year. In the snow, Stafford was surgical. They had a chance to win it up until the end. I really think Stafford, especially now that you gave him Devontae Adams, is just going to keep taking a step forward. People forget about that Rams team, and I don't know why. Les Snead has done a lot of good stuff building that team up, even without his first round picks. That defense is really good, especially that defensive line. So I think they can give the Eagles some fits up front. And I don't know. I just really like the Rams here. Give me the Rams 20-13.
Nice. Another low
Dude,
score.
this might be. Is this upset of the week? Kind of.
I wouldn't even call it an upset, though.
I mean, in my opinion, yeah. So going into, let's kind of dive into what happened with the Eagles last week. Yes, they looked pitiful versus the Cowboys. The Cowboys could have won it if CeeDee Lamb caught the ball. When they played the Chiefs, Hurts only had 101 yards on 15 for 22. Saquon only had 89 yards and a tutty. Smith and A.J. Brown finally got the ball, but it was on 4 receptions and 5. Brown had 27 yards. Smith had 53, but one was on a deep ball, and it was one-on-one, and he finally caught it. I really don't like, if you watch the Chiefs game, Jalen Carter was either he's really out of shape or he does not give a flying fladoodle cake about anything that's going on because he looks dead tired, out of shape, just was lazy as hell. He only had 1 tackle all game. Like Cooper DeJean had 6 and an assist or whatever. The Rams were very dominant. Yes, it was the Titans, but like you said, Stafford looked pretty surgical. I mean, 298 yards, 2 tutties. Adams had 106 yards. Nacua still had 91 yards and 1 rush for 45 yards. I really like the fact that the Rams knocking off the Eagles here. And I'm going to call this game 24-20. I think
Same
Stafford gets
ballpark.
it done. And the Rams actually, knock the Eagles off their high horse. And I mean, the Eagles and Chiefs, Super Bowl teams last year, one of the least established teams, I think, going into this year and going into this week. So even though the Eagles are 2-0, they probably honestly should be 1-1. So, or even 0-2.
Average Chiefs fan.
So, but yeah, give me the Rams, dude. Fuck the Eagles.
All right. Ahmed, you rolling with
Yeah.
Philly?
I am.
Oh,
I respect your decision or your choices with the Rams. It's easy, but I think the Eagles just find ways to win. Even though Hurts hasn't been too impressive with passing, he's still got the rushing threat. You still got Saquon Barkley, who is one of the, if not the top running back, top two running backs in the NFL. And I don't know what happened, but maybe somehow after the Super Bowl, the Chiefs' black magic switched to Philly. And I just think they just keep finding a way to win. They didn't have the greatest game against the Cowboys. They didn't have the greatest game against the Chiefs offensively, but they still just find a way to win. And they've been doing that for the past, I don't know how many years with Sirianni there. So I think it'll be a close game. I don't expect much offensive production, but I do expect Jalen Hurts to have a better passing game. I will say Eagles 24, Rams 21.
nice.
Okay.
I like it. The guest is going against the Jabronis. This might be the first time ever, if anyone's keeping track. All right, up next, it's time to get fired up. It's time to get fucking pissed off because I'm sick of the Broncos not showing up. And it's time to prove who the fuck we were all off season and actually come out, knock the Chargers down a notch, 2-0 in the division, winning the division. Let's represent the division a little bit. They knocked off the Chiefs. They easily wrapped up the Raiders. Now, can they go 3-0 and just win the division right here in week 3? Fuck that. Fuck Justin Herbert. Fuck the MVP push. Fuck Jim Harbaugh. Fuck everything going on in the former San Diego football team. It is time for the Denver Broncos to show the fuck up. They played well. Bo Nix showed up. Troy Franklin really developed well last week. I think he becomes our wide receiver 1. Sutton just becomes a nice, like, Swiss Army knife type player that we still use to score a lot, but obviously he doesn't have like the speed or just the mass production abilities that Troy Franklin may prove to have. Pat Bryant looked really good as well, and our running backs showing up. J.K. Dobbins, I was iffy on him. I feel really good about him. I like J.K. Dobbins a lot. The defense, oh my lord, the defense, letting Daniel Jones tear us the fuck up. Our best player, Pat Surtain, yeah, we talked about he's a little bit hurt, but still, dude, you're coming off a depoy and you're going to give up a game like that. So defense needs to come with a whole different attitude, complete 180, and I think they do. I think Vance Joseph lights a fire under the boys' asses, and we just come out and we just whoop the Chargers. And I'm saying that with a lot of bias because I love the Broncos, but it's time to take this shit seriously. The Colts, we might have overlooked them a little bit, and look where that fucking got us with some bullshit miracle penalty leveraging call that should have never fucking happened. Too bad. Get pissed. Determine your own goddamn destiny. Will Lutz, make your fucking field goals. How about that? There's a million ways to improve, and we're gonna do it this week. Broncos 50. Chargers
Okay.
0.
Okay.
We're locking that in. We're locking that in. That's Ethan's score.
Lock it in, bitches.
Oh my god.
All right, now everyone insult my team. Go ahead.
I can't say I can insult, but going into the fact of 1, it's at the Chargers. 2 is, oh wait, dude, the Chargers, Khalil Mack broke his arm, didn't he?
He's really hurt.
Yeah.
He's not playing.
Also, being in LA means nothing. Me and Ahmed can attest to that. We went to a Bears Chargers game. Ever since they left San Diego, they don't really have a home field advantage.
Yeah.
But I think outside of even Herbert making a playoff push, he is 3rd in the league in passing. He has 5 tutties, no picks. But he's also, this isn't me jinxing, possibility. He is probably one of the most surgical quarterbacks with the ball. He had 24 tutties last year and only 3 interceptions. Pretty sure that was the least amount in the entire league. And I'm pretty sure you never hear a quarterback having less than 5 interceptions of the entire season. I think the Chargers are mean and disgusting this year. Under Jim Harbaugh, Marion Hampton's getting pretty good as even the rookie. Ladd McConkey, Quentin Johnson, and Keon in that wide receiver core. And that defense flies around, dude. I mean, you saw Derwin James get the pass breakup in the end zone. That team is nasty. And for how bad, and I do like the Broncos defense, I can't attest to him. I can't attest to Troy Franklin. Give me the Chargers, bro. This is the one where the Broncos let slip again, and I think this score is going to be 17-24 Chargers.
This is where I catch up in the picks. That's what it is.
This is a scary 10 games we've had today going in. But yeah,
So-
Chargers 1-1. Give it to us, Kev.
I have the Broncos winning the NFC West this year.
How about this
NFC
game?
West?
Wait, no, you're teasing me.
I have been vocal about this whole year.
Broncos are an NFC team.
Very vocal about this whole year. Now,
He's about to
Also-
Pat McAfee me. I feel it.
I think Broncos country will ride out and give the Broncos a nice home advantage there. LA doesn't have true sports fans other than the Dodgers. Fucking sue me if you want. I don't care. No such thing as real LA sports fans. So I think the Broncos faithful shows out. They get the home field advantage right there. Boom. With Khalil Mack out, who do they have coming off the end to stop that Broncos offense? Who's going to be putting pressure in Bo Nix's face?
I mean, those kids are
Fucking
good.
nobody.
Some youngins, but Jim Harbaugh selected some good guys. But I like it. Sorry, keep proceeding.
Garrett Bowles is a top tier tackle, and so is McGlinchey.
Oh yeah,
So I think they can hold off some young kids on their sent up. They ain't there yet. Those two are veteran tackles. So that should mean Bo Nix will have an extra second or two to get the ball off. Yeah, the Chargers have some really good defensive backs. But the longer they have to sit back there in coverage, the harder it is to maintain. And I think if the Broncos just take advantage of that defense and just run the shit out of the ball, throw the occasional pass, the longer that defense is out there, they're going to get tired. I honestly think the Broncos can just run away with it
yes.
if they just run the shit out of the ball.
I like it,
Uh,
but he's still
I
struggling.
think this is going to be a high scoring affair because I do love Ladd McConkey. He's a fucking dog. Keenan Allen's always going to do his thing. Quentin Johnson still has bricks for hands. A broke clock's right twice a day. So I don't give a fuck they caught 60-yard touchdown last week. It was also against the Raiders. So, but fuck it, give me the Broncos, brother. Let's go Broncos in a high scoring affair.
Yes, sir. High scoring, I don't
Let's
like,
go
but
Broncos.
I'll take a dub. You scoring it?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Broncos 35. Go Chargers 30.
Just wait till it's a 50-0 win. I'm gonna be on the morning news.
You should put that in a parlay.
I'll figure it
Yeah,
out.
man. I got the Broncos. They're gonna win that division. Both teams are leaving this game 2-1.
I like it. Mr. Guest.
So, I think the Broncos can win the division, but I don't think they're going to win this game. I've got the Chargers winning. I think the Broncos, they do have a good defense, but they didn't show up last week against the Colts and Daniel Jones of all teams. So what are they going to look like against Justin Herbert, who I think if he stays healthy, and I know it's always an if with Justin Herbert, he's been playing like an MVP candidate these first 2 weeks of the season. So I'm a big believer in him. I think Quentin Johnson has been improving significantly from the first 2 seasons. He's actually catching a little bit more now, and we see when he's able to catch the ball. He's actually able to be a dynamic player. Keenan Allen, like Kevin said, is going to be Keenan Allen. Lad McConkey is going to continue to improve. Losing Khalil Mack hurts for however long he's going to be gone. But I believe that their defense and their defensive coordinator, Jesse Minter, he'll be able to scheme up some things to kind of help, mitigate that loss with Khalil Mack. I'm a fan of the Broncos. I do like Bo Nix. I'm a fan of their defense. I do have them in fantasy, even though they were -5 points last week.
Some horse shit.
Oh my god! But I'm a big fan of Sean Payton. They do definitely have a chance to win the division, but I can't discount this Jim Harbaugh. He's a winner wherever he's gone. And like I said, if Justin Herbert keeps playing at the caliber he has been playing these first 2 weeks in LA, even though they don't have a huge home field advantage, I find it hard to go against the Chargers. So I'm choosing LA. If I have to score it, I'm going to say Chargers 28, Broncos 24.
All right.
Also, one last Broncos prediction. Nick Bonito gets a bag and a half.
I like it. He's up against Joe Alt, so it's a tough matchup.
It is.
But I like that a
He
lot.
gets Zach.
Is this toss-up of the week?
Yeah.
Might very well be. Up next.
I wouldn't touch it on parlay.
Yeah, I don't. Gosh, dude. After last weekend, I don't want to bet the Broncos ever again. Cowboys, Bears. It should be a fun one. I'm going to pass it over to the Chicago locals.
Med, you're our guest. I'll let you go first, and I'll clean it up.
And we haven't talked about last week, have we? How?
No, but I also know I'm more positive than you, so I'll let you get all the negative shit out, and then I'll lift it back up.
Okay.
I mean, the defense gave up 52 points. Jalen Johnson might be out for their entire season now.
I
Caleb
didn't see that.
Yeah, he might need surgery. But, I mean, Caleb Williams, he's improving, but, he's still not showing me he's the guy to lead the franchise. So that was a tough week. It was pretty bad, and now they're going up against the Cowboys, where you got CeeDee Lamb probably going up against Tyreek Stevenson all game, and I think stats say that QBs have a perfect passer rating. They throw the ball towards Tyreek Stevenson. So if we thought Amon-Ra had a great game where he had 3 touchdowns, I can only imagine what CD's going to do. But.
Oh, no.
Man, I don't know how to go in this game. This is a toss up for me, honestly. But man, it's something about just when game day comes, it's Sunday, and you're wearing that navy blue jersey, supporting your team. I just can't go against it. So I got to choose my Bears, no matter what. I got to choose the Bears. So, Kevin, what do you say, man?
It comes down to this. Both defenses are solid. Yeah, the Bears gave up 52 points. But when your offense is going 3 and out every drive, you're out there a lot. As me and you know, it's a lot harder to play defense than offense. So it's hard. You get fucking tired when people are just running it down your throat all day. And eventually you slip up. There's busted coverage. But you saw when they had fresh legs, because it was the first possession out, or the Bears actually had a long drive, or it was coming out of half, they looked dangerous. Dennis Allen schemes very well. And I think Dak Prescott's kind of a fucking moron. I like the odds of this Bears pass rush getting to him. On top of that, Nashawn Wright hasn't looked bad. I think as long as we can shut down Javonte Williams, and we've done pretty good against running backs the first 2 weeks and keep the pass rush coming. Our offense just needs to stay on the field. That's what's going to determine this game. If the Bears can stay on the field and have long 5 to 7 minute drives, that's what's going to determine this game. Can you run the ball effectively? The first game, DeAndre Swift, he was averaging like 2.3 a carry. Last week, he averaged 5.1 a carry. That's what you need more of. You need to cut down on the mental mistakes. No interceptions on balls you can throw out of bounds. Secure the football, no fumbles. And you got to convert on those 4th down attempts.
Or just kick a field goal, for fuck's sake. The
Yeah,
analytics.
there's that too.
Like,
There's that too.
God, dude.
But
It's so much worse
it's
this
in
year than it has been previously. The going for it,
It's been bad.
It's
I
in
can't stand it.
Chicago.
I can't stand
Yeah.
it.
It's in Chicago. Give me the Bears 27-24.
All
I
right.
like it. I like it.
Yeah, it's going to determine the winner of this game is going to be determined by time of possession.
Yeah, I could agree with that. I think these teams are even. I'll just step in. It's a tough one because the Cowboys did pull off a pretty clutch overtime victory, but I mean their defense let Russell Wilson look real dangerous last week, and they also haven't faced a real team in the Jalen Carterless Eagles. That defense wasn't looking very good week 1. Obviously, the Giants defense didn't get it done last week. And they're going up against the Bears defense, which I just found out Jalen Johnson isn't playing, so that fucking is huge. But I still think the Bears defense is a lot tougher than the previous 2 that they've faced. And I like your Dak Prescott argument because he's fucking dumb. But it's hard. It's hard because the Cowboys still are okay, and their defense looks solid. I like the Micah Parsons trade at this point. They couldn't afford to pay him what he was asking for, and simple as that, business decision. I'm gonna take the Bears. They're at home. I don't think Ben Johnson goes 0-3, and I think it's time for them to just steal a win off of a very beatable team. What do you think, Jackson?
A big thing with this defense, the Cowboys defense, is their cornerback Kair Elm. I don't know if that's how you say his name. Is giving up the most receiving yards against him, and before going into Malik Neighbors is a 167-yard game. He's given up 232 receiving yards, so he's up to a 400 on the entire year. And him going up against DJ Moore and Roma Dunze, I mean, that's pretty gnarly. And I do agree with that. Micah Parsons trade at this point is a very good trade. I just don't see the Bears taking it. I mean, like you said, with Jalen Johnson out and Amon-Ra having the game that he's had, CD's 3rd or 4th in the season so far in receiving yards, and he's got 24 targets. So, and who knows what he's going to get this week. And George Pickens got a tutty last week. Javonte Williams has actually been pretty decent for him this year. So, I just can't.
Motherfucker.
I'm taking the Cowboys, dude.
The tingle.
I can't. I don't know if it's a tingle. It's just the fact that also the Cowboys pull off some weird shit. And I mean, they did almost knock off the Eagles. They barely beat Russell Wilson and the Giants, but still an overtime win. I think Dak will get it done. I think Dak is a moron, but I just don't see. I think Ben Johnson's going to get a rude awakening going 0-3. So, but I mean, if I'm wrong, I won't be too mad because it is the Cowgirls and I hate Jerry Jones. So, but yeah, give me the Cowboys because I'm a lot different than you guys this week, but that's tend to bite people in the ass so far.
He's throwing his lead
we didn't
away.
Even bring up. Sorry, but we didn't even bring up Matt Eberflus coming back to town. the
Oh,
Cowboys
Yeah.
defensive coordinator now. So I think he kind of knows a little bit about at least the team, in terms of like DJ, Rome, Caleb, what they like to do. So I think it's going to be a little difficult, but I think the Bears can still pull it off. I because Eberflus is a dumbass. I don't care what anybody else says. But I still think the Bears can pull it off. I think they have the talent there. It's going to
I
be a
think
struggle, especially with Jalen Johnson out, but they can get it done.
I
I
like
think
it.
you're also right that there's no way Ben Johnson goes 0-3. He just
Yeah.
won't. He,
He's gonna have a fire and he's
gonna
gonna
go
pull out
without
all
a
sorts of
fight.
tricks.
Yeah, he's pulling out all the stops. He's not going to allow that to happen.
Yep. Every last page of the playbook, if that's what it takes.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's what they did
Oh, yeah.
that's what he did for the Lions, and I mean that got him pretty damn far. But like Michael Parsons said, if you gotta pull out trick plays, you can't beat a team straight up. So we'll see what happens.
Fair.
What do you mean? That's just scheming and offense. Was he fucking retarded? How you scheme an offense is coming up with different plays. This is the
Hey, that's just
dumbest
what he
shit
said.
I've heard in my life.
Hey, he's making $150 million a year. We're a bunch of nobodies doing a NFL podcast, so I'll take his word for it.
Yeah, I could do his job. Don't even try to compare me to that guy. Fuck that. I'd be the best fucking coach. Chiefs at Giants, our final matchup. This one could very easily
It's
also
pretty
be
cut and
lock
dry.
of the week. Yeah. I mean, both teams are 0-2. And I mean, obviously, one team deserves to be 0-2. They're always 0-2. And then one team, we're all surprised. Why are you 0-2? You just won this. You were almost at the Super Bowl, and you have the best team ever, and Taylor Swift and Magic, and Kelsey handing the ball over to people and losing the game. It's hilarious. But they're gonna kill the Giants very easily. Take the 6.5 point
Yeah.
spread. The defense came back. Spagnuolo's back. I don't think it's going to look like the Cowboys game for Russ. And, I was disagreeing with you on Russ getting benched this year. After that game losing pick, I'm like, yeah, the Giants are probably going to bench him at like week 7 or so.
Yeah. I mean, dude, this has been. Yes, we've been to 3 Super Bowls in a row, but this team is so distraught and just not put together. Like, the drama all started last year when we couldn't catch a damn ball. Travis Kelsey wasn't really committed fully to the team. We've been we've been bringing in these veteran players and then just getting rid of them, like Valdez Scantling, D Hop. We have Pacheco, but he has no sort of production. I guess, how do you have 10 carries for 22 yards? Like, how do you not have any sort of run game at all? Like, our running back one is Mahomes. He had goddamn 7 carries, 66 yards, and a tutty, and he had a rushing touchdown against the. What am I blanking here? I'm pretty sure he had one
The
against
Chargers, yeah.
Chargers. Jesus Christ. But he's still pulling up in some weird Mahomes fashion. I mean, he's still getting almost 200 yards a game. He gets a passing touchdown, but he also throws a pick. I think this game is kind of finally where we get our feet up from under us. But I don't think this game is going to be very pretty. But I do agree with you. Spagnuolo's defense is back, and I think we are going to get the ball rolling. But we just need to come together as one on that offense, man. Like, I know we don't have any big names right now with Worthy out or G out, but Hollywood, he should be better than he is. I don't even know how to say his last name. It's like Troy Thornton or something like that. It's just bad. But I don't think Russell Wilson. Yes, he leads the league in passing yards, but he also He makes a lot of mistakes when it comes down to the end of the game, and I
Yes.
just don't see him pulling it out. I mean, he has a 60% completion rating, so I don't think with Trent or McDuffie, I don't think Neighbors is going to have the game he had. I'm hoping Kelsey breaks more than 4 receptions. And Kareem Hunt can get 50 yards rushing. So I'm going to take, obviously, this is no brainer. Chiefs are going to win this one, and I think it's going to be the first hopefully put together win. I know we're going to say we're going to be sloppy, but I hope it's put together. Give me 24-10 Chiefs.
Very nice. What you thinking, Ahmed?
I'm thinking everyone's thinking this is going to be a get right game for the Chiefs, but I just can't see getting right with this game. I still think they're going to win. I think it's going to be much closer than people think. Even though the Giants lost in overtime against the Cowboys, I think they're still feeling a little bit good about the way they showed some fight there and seeing that okay, maybe we can be a team that can make a little bit of noise this season. I think the Chiefs are still just kind of burnt out. 3 Super Bowls in a row. Although they lost last year, I think they're just kind of tired of everything. Um, so they're definitely coming out this season flat. Uh, 0-2, they could have won both games, but they just having too many miscues. I think that's going to take a while to kind of get their groove back, kind of try to get their mojo back. Um, it seems like Patrick Mahomes has really been having to play the Superman role for the entire team these first 2 weeks, and while he's been doing it, he still needs at least a little help from Kelsey, Hollywood Brown. I know they really don't have a lot of receivers
Juju.
with Rice suspended. Yeah, Rice suspended. Worthy's out for however many games he's out. He still needs something, and I'm expecting Kelsey to kind of step up and take a bigger role. But to me, he's really just been I don't know if it's because of age or whatever. He's been kind of just more complaining on the sidelines more than actually producing. Me, um, the defense. Spagnuolo's got the defense looking better. Week 2, hopefully that does continue. It's the game's in New York, right?
Yeah.
So I think they do win the game. I think this will be the start of them trying to get right back on track for the season. But I think it's not going to be pretty. I think it's Chiefs will win maybe 17-14.
Nice.
Seems very logical there.
Kevioso.
So yeah, I agree with Ahmed. I don't think it's gonna be pretty. I'll give you my score prediction first, then break it down for you. I got them winning 35-17, but I think the Giants hang in there for the first half, and then the Chiefs kind of get it together in the second half and take off when they need to. I must say Malik Neighbors has a passing touchdown, obviously, and then Scattaboo on a rushing with 1 field goal.
Yeah, we haven't brought up Scattaboo. I love their use of him.
He's nasty.
It's a little sledgehammer.
Dude, 45 yards in a tutty last week. I don't know, 11 carries. Like, they're actually really starting to use him. And, I mean, Wilson spreads the ball well, but I really don't think the way they were able to produce against the Cowboys, with Wan'Dale Robinson having 142 yards and Neighbors having 167, it's just not going to happen like that this week. It's not going to happen. There's no way. I really like the point that Kev said. It's going to be a slow first half. Second half, it'll actually start to pick up for the Chiefs. I like that a lot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and on the road, that's a good analysis. I like it too. But going through the picks again. So we started with SMU, TCU, and we all took TCU, yeah?
Yep.
No.
Oh, no, that's right. We got a SMU out of Kevin. Texas Tech, Utah. I took Texas Tech, and you guys took Utah. That one is going to be quite an upset if I called it. Auburn, Oklahoma. We called this one lock of the week. Oklahoma, no brainer. Auburn, overrated because they're 3-0. Michigan, Nebraska. Who took Nebraska? You.
I got the tingle on
You
this game.
little dipshit with his tingles. Yeah. Michigan for the rest of us. West Virginia, Kansas. Now, we all kind of liked West Virginia, at least on the spread, but Kansas, that was another lock of the week, I believe. And then Illinois, Indiana. You took Indiana, right, Mr.
No, my tingle got shut out when I realized it was a bowl game.
Oh, yeah.
Illinois.
That was hilarious. Yeah, Illinois for all 4. Rams, Eagles. Ahmed with the upset pick, but also he's just picking a favorite. So the 3 of us picking an upset with Rams, Eagles. Broncos, Chargers went 2-2, toss-up of the week. Me and Kevin staying true to Denver. The rest of you are irrelevant. Cowboys, Bears. Did you take the Cowboys, Jackson?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Jackson took the Cowboys. The rest of us are rolling deep with Ben Johnson. And finally, Chiefs Giants. Can we call this the third lock of the week?
This
Chiefs.
could
Yeah.
easily be lock of the
If
week.
you're making a parlay, that's what we should do. A Jabronis parlay every week. We each put in $5.
I've been doing it. They're not hitting.
Never mind. I don't want
I
it.
did last week, but we didn't go over that one. That was my own parlays.
Oh yeah, Jackson's.
What is the parlay to it?
Exciting news. Next week, we will have a huge, major guest on. UFC heavyweight 5th rank, Curtis Blades, will
Yes,
be
sir.
with the Jabronis next week. Him and Ethan still have to wrestle. Tried to arrange that last year, but it didn't work.
I'm not wrestling Curtis Blades, but I might make some picks against him, and that could get scary.
Oh,
I'm thinking we do a segment where we ask him 5 NFL coaches and 5 players
Oh
to
yeah,
fight and which ones he thinks he can take.
we got to come up with
Yeah,
some
he
kind of
takes all
fancy
of us.
segments.
But
That'll
yeah,
be a great episode.
definitely stay tuned for that.
Tune in
Definitely
week 4. Week 4,
Big.
we're taking the fuck off.
The words of Trump. Huge. It's going to be absolutely huge.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be huge. So yeah, that's week 3 in the Jabronis show. Thank you to our special guest Ahmed showing up for the 3rd time in a row. We'd love to have you.
You got to
And
get for having me. It's always fun.
we'll see if you can beat the guest record of 1-0 that Grizz currently holds with his one pick of Nebraska, and then his phone call failed. So, so if you get 2 wins this week, you'll be good.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
sure
another.
he'll get 2 out of the 10.
You never know. Oh, you okay? Damn. Jabroni down. Jabroni down. What?
Never buy chairs from the fucking thrift shop.
That's an episode. Patrick Mahomes is a bitch. Kevin's chair is a bitch.
No.